4 years, 4 long, beautiful years of a flawless marriage. Ethan believed every single second of it. Clara was the perfect wife, supportive, elegant, a pure angel in his structured world. As a senior cybersecurity architect, Ethan controlled every piece of digital data, but he never once questioned the woman sleeping right beside him. Until this exact Tuesday morning, the luxury penthouse is quiet, bathed in warm, cinematic sunlight, but the real estate paperwork lying on the glass coffee table looks like a ticking time bomb. Their dream apartment purchase stalled, blocked by a cold, nameless, bureaucratic wall. Clara is in the kitchen, humming a sweet, soft melody, completely unaware that the illusion is beginning to crack. Ethan stares at the rejection notice, his heart skipping a beat, a minor glitch. He tells himself, just a stupid administrative error. But his professional gut feeling whispers something else. Something dark, something terrifying. The phone call arrives exactly at 9. It isn't his real estate agent. It's the head of mortgage fraud at the central bank. A man Ethan has known professionally for 5 years. The voice on the receiver is unnaturally cold, stripped of all casual friendliness. Ethan, we have a major security flag on your cosigner. Your wife, Clara, Ethan frowns, stepping into his private soundproof balcony, locking the heavy glass door behind him. What do you mean, Marcus? It's a standard background check. Her credit score is perfect. A heavy sigh echoes through the digital line, followed by the sound of furious keyboard typing. That's the problem, Ethan. Her credit score is too perfect. It has no history before 2022. The national system is throwing an automated red error. Her social security number, it's failing automated validation check. It's not just an error, Ethan. The system says that number belongs to someone else. Someone who cannot be buying a house. Ethan doesn't go back inside the living room. He walks straight into his secure home office, a room fortified with military-grade encryption hardware, his own private sanctuary. His fingers fly across the mechanical keyboard with terrifying speed, bypassing standard corporate firewalls, activating the deep scan protocols. As a top-tier cybersecurity architect, he has backdoor access to databases the public doesn't even know exist. He types in her full name, Clara Vance, date of birth, August 14th, 1991. The terminal hums loudly, the cooling fans spinning up to a high-pitched whine. Green lines of code cascade down his triple monitor setup, reflecting off his wide, unblinking eyes. He isn't just looking for a credit report. He is digging into federal registries, tax histories, border control logs, searching for any footprint of her life. 2021, nothing. 2019, absolute void. 2015, not a single tax dollar paid, not a single medical record. It's like searching for a ghost in a machine. The deeper he digs, the more the digital world screams emptiness. His wife's entire existence is compressed into a tight, neat 4-year window. Before that, there is nothing but an infinite black digital abyss. The yellow warning box blinks like a dying star, sending a wave of absolute horror through Ethan's veins. He leans forward, his nose almost touching the screen glass. The validation match is complete. The social security number Clara has been using for 4 years belongs to a person named Clara Vance, born August 14th, 1991, but the place of birth is a small, rural town in southern Ohio, and right below that, a digital copy of a death certificate issued in 1996. A 5-year-old child, drowned in a frozen lake 30 years ago. The system displays a grainy, black and white scan newspaper clipping from the local Ohio archives, confirming the tragic accident. Ethan's breath completely stops. His throat turns to dry sand. His mind frantically tries to calculate the impossible mathematics of his reality. If the real Clara Vance died as a child in 1996, who is the woman standing in his modern kitchen right now? Who is the woman he bought a wedding ring for? The woman who knows his deepest secrets? The woman he kisses every night before closing his eyes? A ghost. He is living with a legal ghost. The reality slams into Ethan's mind like a physical blow. Clara is an engineered specter, a masterpiece of deep corporate forgery. Every document she ever showed him, her passport, her driver's license, her high school records, they are all flawless fabrications, created by a master craftsman of digital fraud. He looks out through the tiny crack of his office door, his eyes wild. Watching her move across the living room in slow motion, she is organizing books, her posture elegant, her movements fluid, perfectly natural. It's terrifying because she looks so human, so real, but her legal background is a black hole. A person with no taxes before 30, no dental records, no childhood vaccine stamp, doesn't exist. She was placed in his life, constructed to fit his specific tastes, his vulnerabilities. Ethan realizes he has been asleep for 4 years, wrapped in a beautifully tailored lie. And now, the awakening is going to be violent. Midnight, the penthouse is buried in a thick, heavy darkness. Clara is fast asleep, her breathing slow and rhythmic under the silk blankets. Ethan moves like a thief in his own home, wearing thin cloth gloves, his footsteps entirely silent on the cold hardwood floor. He isn't a husband tonight. He is a forensic investigator stripping away an illusion. He begins in the guest closet, checking the lining of her luxury winter coats, searching for hidden compartments. Then he moves to her vanity table, gently sliding out the velvet drawers, his small flashlight casting a narrow, sharp beam of light across her jewelry. He checks the bottoms of her makeup cases, looking for hidden micro SD cards, duplicate passports, any tangible proof of her real creators. Every drawer opens with a tiny, agonizing click. The silence in the bedroom is so absolute that his own heartbeat sounds like a drum. One wrong move, one dropped item, and the ghost wife wakes up. In the deepest corner of her vanity, hidden inside a vintage jewelry box with a double bottom, Ethan finds an old, silver USB drive, identical to the one left on his doormat. He retreats back to his office, locking the door, plugging it in. The drive contains hundreds of family photos. Clara as a little girl, Clara graduating from Harvard, Clara standing with 2 smiling, older parents in front of a white suburban house. To anyone else, it's a normal digital family album. But Ethan is a top-tier expert. He runs the images through an advanced forensic artifact analyzer, zooming into the microscopic pixels. The truth is terrifying. Under extreme digital magnification, the parents' eyes are perfectly symmetrical. Too symmetrical, a classic flaw of early generative AI systems. The graduation brick textures dissolve into repeating pattern noise. Her childhood memories are nothing but pixelated artifacts. Every single person in those photos, her dead parents, her college friends, they don't exist. They were compiled by a server farm, an entire artificial life designed to hook into his reality, her whole history, a beautifully compiled set of graphic assets. The paranoia becomes an absolute prison. Every wall in his luxury home now feels like it has eyes. Ethan cannot close his eyes for the rest of the night. The next morning, he doesn't go to work. He waits for Clara to leave for her supposed gallery job. The moment the elevator door closes behind her, Ethan transforms his penthouse into a counter-surveillance war zone. He unpacks a professional radio frequency spectrum analyzer from his office, vault, walking slowly from room to room, checking the outlets, the smoke detectors, the light fixtures. The device stays silent, no active Wi-Fi or Bluetooth signals. That makes it worse, much worse. It means if there are bugs, they are high-end military grade, hardwired into the building infrastructure itself. He goes down on his knees in the living room, crawling across the dark designer carpet, his gloved hands feeling every inch of space beneath the modern furniture, searching for anything that shouldn't belong to a normal home. A leather binder hidden deep inside the couch frame. Ethan pulls it into the light, his heart hammering violently against his ribs. He opens it, and his mind completely shatters. It is a 50-page document, a master script detailed down to the exact second. Page 1, June 12th, 2022, the first time they met at that coffee shop downtown. It contains her exact dialogue, the specific joke she told to make him laugh. Even the calculated tilt of her head. Page 12. Their first argument. Scripted. Page 20. His marriage proposal. Fully rehearsed on her side months in advance. It even details his own projected emotional responses, calculated by a behavioral psychological profile matrix. Every sweet memory, every tear she ever shed when his grandfather died. It was all written down, a stage play performed by a master actress inside a living theater. Ethan turns the pages, his hand shaking so hard the paper rustles loudly in the empty room. He isn't her husband. He is a target, an asset being managed inside a 4-year-long operational assignment, and the final page of the script is dated for next week. The surveillance data must be leaving this apartment. Ethan knows a static binder is just the blueprint. There must be a transmission channel. That evening, he sits in his dark office, monitoring the real-time bandwidth consumption of their fiber optic line. Nothing. Standard traffic. Netflix streaming, cloud backups. Then, at exactly 2 a.m., a high-frequency burst of military encrypted data spikes on his terminal monitor. It originates from a completely unknown hardware MAC address hidden inside his wall paneling. He tracks the signal through the copper lines. It's routing through an old, abandoned security intercom near the kitchen. Someone has been downloading his entire life, his financial credentials, his source codes, his proprietary defense algorithms, uploading them directly to an encrypted dark web node. Clara isn't just an actress. She is an active data siphon. Extracting his corporate secrets while wrapped around his body under the bed sheets, the trap is fully functional, and he is running out of time. The psychological war of dinner. The crystal glassware gleams under the modern chiaroscuro kitchen lighting. Clara smiles, pouring red wine, her movements mimicking page 34 of the leather binder perfectly. "How was your day?" "Honey." Her tone is soft, warm, carrying the exact melodic frequency designed to reduce his stress hormones. Ethan looks past her eyes, focusing entirely on the dark negative spaces of her pupils. He smiles back, a cold, calculated performance of his own "My day was perfect." Clara, just perfect. Across the table, her parents sit, laughing at a joke Ethan hasn't even finished yet. He looks closely at the father's hand gestures, a repetitive, rhythmic tapping of his finger against the wine glass stem. It's not a nervous habit, it's a tactical transmission pattern, a coded confirmation sequence used by specialized corporate extraction units. They are performing a flawless family portrait while sitting on top of a mountain of stolen government defense data. Ethan decides to push the script past its limits. On the dark balcony after dinner, the city wind howling through the concrete pillars, he stands next to the older man, Clara's supposed father. Ethan takes a slow sip of his whiskey. "Clara told me about your old family dog, Buster, the German Shepherd you had in Ohio." The older man nods smoothly, his expression warm and nostalgic. "Ah, yes, Buster. He was a wild one. Used to run across the cornfields all day long." Ethan feels a freezing wave of absolute satisfaction sweep across his chest, except Clara never had a dog. The background file he scanned explicitly stated the real deceased Clara died before her family ever owned pets. The actor didn't read the footnotes of his own identity script. Ethan smiles into the dark night, his eyes dead. Yeah, a shame what happened to him. A cold voice suddenly whispers directly from the shadow door behind him. "Don't dig too deep, Ethan. I did all of this just to keep us together." The midnight confrontation resolves into silent tension, but at 3 a.m., the burner phone hidden inside Clara's locked desk drawer begins to buzz. Ethan is already there. Having picked the mechanical lock with expert precision, he slides screen open, bypassing security via a clone signal proxy hardware interface. A single message populates encrypted text terminal space sent from an untraceable black routing cluster. Asset extraction window shifted. Move target asset Ethan to containment facility Delta by Tuesday. Final payload upload sequence initialized. The blueprint is real. The operational timeline matches 50p-page master document exactly. They aren't just siphoning digital infrastructure, They are planning his physical relocation, a complete erasure of identity. He isn't a husband, he is an industrial hostage waiting for slaughter. Ethan closes phone container, dark silence surrounding his breathing profile. He must first. The chosen venue for final execution, a historic Gothic cathedral downtown, repurposed for high-profile private ceremonies. Stark white altar spotlights cut through pitch structural interior voids, creating immense chiaroscuro pillars. Clara stands inside bridal preparation room, adjusting her lace veil mirror reflection. Her face is image of serene innocence. Completely unaware, Ethan has rewritten final movement blueprint. He slides heavy iron oak panels shut, latch locking with a loud, mechanical boom echoing across vaulted stone ceiling rafters. Clara turns, smile intact. Ethan, it's too early. Guests aren't here yet. Ethan walks into central light cylinder, eyes cold, holding heavy paper asset dossier. The guests are never coming. Clara, or whatever designation corporate handlers gave you, the paperwork ghost is finished. Clara's smile does not fade. It morphs into a freezing, diamond-hard corporate calm. She slowly tears the fragile bridal veil from her hair, discarding it like garbage. You think you found a back door? Ethan? Page 48 of your profile predicted you would check the Ohio records. Today, she steps forward, her heels clicking with military precision against the stone floor. I am not a corporate spy. I am the lead investigator for the IRS Criminal Investigation Division. Ethan freezes head, dossier hand dropping slightly. Your cybersecurity company is a shell. Ethan, a laundering system for blood money networks. I wasn't siphoning algorithms. I was securing the ledger blocks under federal authority. The heavy oak door does not unlock. It is violently blown off its hinges by a tactical entry frame. Black-clad operators flood the dark Gothic sanctuary spaces, but their barrels do not point at Clara. They surround Ethan, pinning his shadow down. Marcus, the head of bank fraud, walks into the white spotlight beam, holding a signed federal detention warrant. You built a beautiful maze, Ethan, but you forgot that every database backdoor has a creator log. Marcus turns to Clara, hand-delivering a clean data drive folder. Excellent operation. Agent Vance, the architect is contained. The ultimate realization settles into the pitch-black cathedral spaces. Ethan smiles, a bloody, defeated expression under the harsh white chiaroscuro lighting beams. He looks up at the woman he loved for 4 long years, now a cold federal officer holding his handcuffs. The entire marriage, the micro-expressions, the perfect breakfast mornings, was a flawless 4-year sting operation. He was caught inside a paperwork trap from the very first day he signed the marriage license. The ghost was never Clara. The ghost was his own freedom, sliding away into the dark.